Now that you've done an outside check of the car, it's really important to look under the hood. In fact, at this point, it might be helpful to have a trusted mechanic nearby. From a visual standpoint, is the motor covered in oil or relatively clean? Is it too clean? Freshly washed engine compartments are often trying to hide fluid leaks. Now pull the engine oil dipstick out. Is the oil full? Does it look clean or dirty? In an engine that the oil has been changed on a regular basis, the oil will be rather transparent. Oil that is dark or murky could indicate a certain degree of neglect, especially in the oil change department. And the same holds true for automatic transmission fluid. Visually check the condition of the brake fluid while you're here too. It should be relatively clear and the fluid level should be to the full line. Dirty or low brake fluid indicates poor maintenance and should be evaluated by a mechanic. If the engine is cold, open the radiator cap and check the condition of the coolant. Is the fluid level low? Are there any signs of corrosion or muddied water in the filler neck? Low coolant levels would indicate a leak somewhere, and corrosion or signs of murkiness could also suggest the cooling system has been neglected. If the cooling system has been properly maintained, the coolant should appear clean and there should be no signs of corrosion. If the engine has been running, do not remove the radiator cap. Visually check the condition of the coolant through the reservoir. Take a quick note of the interior. While a torn seat or a hole in the carpet won't leave you stranded on the side of the road, it is an indication of the overall level of care given to the vehicle up to now. Test the operation of side mirrors and windows as well as door locks and check all the interior lighting. Now it's time to walk around the car and check all the lighting. Brake lights and turn signals should be operational before you take a test drive. Now let's turn the key and take note how long it takes for the engine to start. The motor should fire up right away. Long cranking times on startup could indicate fuel pressure problems or poor maintenance. Warning lights such as a red engine oil or a yellow check engine light should illuminate when you start the car first, but go off immediately as the engine starts. If any warning lights remain on, you should also ask a mechanic to evaluate. And while it's still running and idle, check the engine, make sure it runs smoothly. You should hear a steady exhaust noise, no burps or hiccups. Spitting or sputtering sounds at the tailpipe could indicate a cylinder misfire. This could have been caused by a number of things, many of which are easily corrected. It's also a good time to check with your mechanic. Gently rev the engine a few times. Is the throttle responsive, or is there a lag time between the pedal movement and the RPM increase? Slow throttle response could indicate engine problems and issues that should also be evaluated by a mechanic. While the engine is idling, put your foot on the brake. Note the amount of pedal travel and the feel of the pedal when it stops moving. Pedal travel should be minimal. In fact, it should have a firm feel when held. If the pedal feels good and the turn signal and brake lights are operational, it's time for a test drive. Apply the brakes a few times and listen for any scraping or squeaking noises. The car should drive smoothly. Any kind of wobble, squeak, grind, whine, or rattle should be addressed. The steering wheel should also feel smooth with no pull in either direction. Steering wheel pull is often an indication of a suspension problem. And if possible, deliberately run over a few small potholes at a low speed. The suspension should stabilize the vehicle immediately. Any noises, bouncing, or wobbling could indicate problems that need to be evaluated by a mechanic. If everything seems normal at city speed, now's a good time to take it for a run on the highway. Some vehicles can sound fine around town, but develop vibrations and noises at highway speeds. Keep in mind that problems with a car don't necessarily have to be deal breakers. Instead, discuss your findings with a mechanic. They should be able to tell whether these items are easily corrected or cause for major concern, and you may be able to use your findings to lower the selling price of the car. In any case, have patience, pay attention to detail, seek professional advice from a trusted mechanic, and your car buying experience should be a pleasant one. Good luck!